Any legal questions you might have, anything under the law, child supports, divorce, custody, maybe you need a will or a trust or an estate, planning issues that you might want to talk about, contractual issues, auto accidents, dog bites, medical malpractice, evictions, anything going on in your world when it comes to the law. If you've got a legal question, we give you free legal advice. It's absolutely free, and it's going on for the next hour. You get some of the best attorneys in our community to answer your questions, point you in the right direction, give you some free legal advice. So if you've got a legal question, pick up the phone and give us a call tonight. I have 3 lines in Youngstown open for legal questions between now and 6 o'clock. Assist our community, 330-729-9977. That's 330-729-9977. We'll get you through to us here on News Radio 570 WKBN. Free legal advice. Do you have a legal question, something that's affecting you, your family, or someone in your world? Then call right now. Get on board. Get in rotation and talk to our attorneys tonight. 330-729-9977. 330-729-9977 will get you through to us on News Radio 570 WKBN. Let's go to the law firm of Beatrice Kopp, and we always are hopeful that Attorney David Beatrice would be present and accounted for on the program.
Absent.
We would always be thankful when Attorney David Beatrice is present and accounted for on the program. Dave?
Absent.
Absent. Very troubling. Well, we're always pleased and happy when Dave is gone and Attorney James Melfi is joining us on the program.
How you doing, Ron?
Hang on, I'm not done yet. And we're always pleased when we have Attorney Frank Cassis with us.
Unaccounted for.
What about Tally?
Vacation.
Well, my, isn't this going to be a cozy broadcast? Ladies and gentlemen, it's like a dream come true. It's me and Melfi, right?
It is. Ron, it's just you and I.
That's the way it's going to be. Well, James, welcome. Good to hear your voice.
Good to be
How's
heard.
How's life treating you as we start the broadcast today?
Battling through a cold, but just like Jordan played a flu game, I'll battle through this.
Well, okay, you got the sniffles, and you want to make a big deal out of it?
Yeah, kind of. But I do have a great David and Frank story from yesterday. I know how much we like those.
Oh, we love them. Yes, I'm ready.
Yesterday, I have to be in Trumbull County. It's a case against an investment firm, so I have firms from Cincy, Chicago, Columbus, I think Canton. 2.5 hours later, I get out of this pretrial, and I'm in Trumbull County, second floor, and I see the dream team walk up the stairs together.
That would be Beatrice and Frank Cassis.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, man, I got to stick around for this. They had a suppression hearing. I stuck around for 2 hours and sat in the stool in the back of Judge Kavor's courtroom, and I laughed hysterically for 2 hours. I mean, it was the most entertaining suppression hearing I've ever watched.
Well, explain to us, please. What do you mean?
Well, David's a thespian, and
yes,
Frank is doing the heavy lifting and, making great points. David gets up, crosses the cop, I think, on 2 or 3 questions, and you thought he was OJ in the glove that didn't fit. I mean, up and down, berating this cop. I mean, he is in a full-blown theatrical performance, and I couldn't keep my composure. I was laughing so hard, but they did a fantastic job. And it was a well-spent 2 hours of my afternoon watching those.
So it was like watching a television show where you saw, actually, in all seriousness, you saw how good your peers are. In all seriousness.
Yes, I did. Frank was surgical. David was a butcher, and there you go.
But there's no doubt, people love him or hate him. It's people don't should know by now. Attorney Beatrice is a damn good lawyer.
He
is. He's smart and he is very theatric, and that holds the jury's interest.
He has so much experience. Now, keep in mind, we're just in front of the judge yesterday, so he's performing for the bailiff, the court reporter of 3, an audience of 3.
And you.
and me and Connor. But no matter what Frank says about David, they look like they have a damn good time together when they're on cases.
Mm-hmm.
I will say David's still a mess at the table. It drives Frank nuts. He's got water. He's got papers everywhere. He's talking.
Well, that's how he drives.
Yeah. He does.
I mean, should that surprise you? He's like that at the table. He's like that when he's driving his car.
it's like a little
Dave's
kid that
kind of
stands still.
Dave is what I would describe as an organized mess.
Yes, and like let me give you an example. Today was my son's preschool orientation. Dave is the little kid that can't sit still. You know, they're bouncing around. They see the fish. They see the toys. They go on this chair to that chair. That's David. He's a grown preschooler.
Dave is, but he's a great attorney. He is a great attorney.
He is.
And Frank is as well. And you know what? They wouldn't have you there if you weren't one as well, Melfi. So keep that in mind.
It was refreshing after fighting with 18 lawyers and just going in and watching that. That was great.
Right. There you go. You're on the air. Hello, caller. Line 1, are you there?
Me?
Yes. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes.
I consigned an item to an auction in Indiana. I had a reserve on it. The item did not meet my reserve. They were supposed to ship it back to me. That was May 2nd auction. I have yet to receive that item.
May, June, July. Wow. What type of
Yeah, what was it?
Is it?
It was an artifact. It was collectible.
A what?
Like a fossil?
Collectible.
An auto? What, can you mail it?
No. A collectible, an artifact, Indian artifact.
Oh, can you put it in the mail and send it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was very small, but it was very valuable, probably $4,500. But I had a reserve on it, and it did not meet the reserve.
What did it meet? How much did it get?
I got like $1,000. I purchased it 14 years ago for $2,200.
Mm-hmm.
Actually from the same auction house. I phoned them, text them for like 2 months with no response.
Are they going to have another
Finally,
auction and it's going to go up to auction again, or one and done?
No, they had another auction. It was not in that auction.
Okay. So you phoned them and you texted them, and what happened?
No reply. Finally, I filed a complaint with the Indiana Attorney General.
Okay.
Then the owner of the auction house called me. Said, "I hear you want to talk to me." I said, "Yes, I need my artifact back. I was selling this to pay my property taxes." She said, "Well, we're tracking it right now. We'll let you know what happens." Well, they can't be tracking it because they allegedly shipped it to me. They did not ship it to me because I have informed delivery. Anytime something is taken to the post office and shipped to me, I automatically get an email.
Mm-hmm.
So I never did. So they were lying to me there. So eventually, she called me back. We think we found it. It's been bouncing between St. Louis and Memphis. Again, I requested my tracking number, which she never did give me. In fact, 3 times I've asked for the tracking number. Since then, finally, I think it was 10 days ago, she emailed me. Your artifact is in the wind. Now, what that means, I have no idea, but I know I don't have it.
The bizarre thing, he's not giving you the tracking number. So it sounds like somebody
I don't
stole
believe
it.
they shipped it.
Yeah.
I believe they lost it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Or
Now,
shipped it to somebody else.
did you sign a contract with the auction house?
Yes.
Okay, what's it say about lost items that don't sell? Do they disclaim responsibility?
It doesn't say anything about it.
Well, I would double check your contract, but that's a bailment relationship. I'd file a claim, small claims in Indiana, or see if your insurance will cover it.
I'd have to go to that county in Indiana.
That county in Indiana.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I don't know if it would be worth my while to try to sue because it would probably cost me more.
It'll
to
cost
sue
you
than
more.
it's worth.
Yeah, I'd potentially contact your homeowners and follow up with the AG and see if there's any recovery funds that are available through the state of Indiana.
Yeah. How are you gonna pay your property taxes now?
Well, they're not due now. Now that in Columbiana County, they finally moved it to October, so I've got 6 weeks or so.
Right. All right. Well, you're in a pickle then, aren't you?
Yes, I am, and I'm 80 years old, trying to live on Social Security.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear the
Sorry to
dilemma
hear
you're
that.
in. Yeah. Hope you find a solution. Maybe you got to go get a part-time job.
Well, I think at 80 years old, I don't know if I could do that now.
Oh, you could probably do it. I mean, have you thought about caddying, going to the golf course?
Ron, I'm sure there's a few
Not
ways you
really.
can tell them how to make cash quickly.
Yes. Yeah, I am. Go to be a caddy out at the out at the country club. Yeah. Hey, this 80-year-old guy's carrying the bag over here.
And Ron, what you're not telling the caller is you're wearing the artifact around your neck right now.
Yes,
the arrowhead.
Yeah. Yes, I have. I made it into a necklace. It's lovely. Thank
nice.
you for your call. All right. Any other legal calls or questions? Pick up the phone. Give us a call. Attorney Melfi's here, taking on all comers. You got a legal problem going on in your world? Well, we want to know about it, and we want to try to help you with whatever it might be. Attorney Melfi's on his game tonight, 330-729-9977. We'll get you through to us. Pick up the phone. Give me a call. I have 3 lines in Youngstown open, awaiting your question for Attorney James Melfi. 330-729-9977. 330-729-9977. We'll get you on board and in rotation to ask whatever legal questions going on in your world with Attorney Melfi tonight here on News Radio 570 WKBN. So keep it in mind. Pick up the phone, give us a call, and we take on all comers tonight, right, James? We'll answer
That's right, Ron.
anything and everything. We're not gun shy about anything, folks. You got a problem, we got a solution or an answer here tonight. Attorney Melfi taking a program on tonight, so it should be. What would you say, Attorney Melfi? Chaos-free on tonight's broadcast?
Yeah, not a lot of interruption. Leo, or on or phone, or I'm on TikTok, or
Right. Or I got a flat tire again.
I'm running late.
My
Ron, you
boat
won't
has
believe
got
what
a
happened to
problem.
me today.
Right. But I do wonder, when he doesn't show up, I often wonder what happened to him, because he doesn't live a normal life. I mean, things just happen to the guy that just isn't normal to other people.
I mean, I will
Wouldn't
tell
agree?
you this. Speaking of his boat, while I was in Trumbull County on break yesterday, as he's scrolling on his phone while the next witness is getting up there, judge is off the bench. Jimmy, can you call the adjuster on my dinghy case? Come on, they come on, Jimmy. So I did make the call, but I also told the lawyer, don't settle it because it's the greatest running joke that we have, and I really don't want it to end.
Right. Don't say that here. You never know where he's at. He could be monitoring the festivities here, James.
He's
and then
going to call in here shortly. Jimmy,
No.
I hear you.
Right. Actually, you do a pretty good Beatrice impression.
No, Frank does the best because he's with him all the time. He's with him all the time. Frank's Beatrice is just fantastic. It really is. It's A+.
I'm listening to yours, thinking you sound pretty good. The Dave Beatrice sound-alike contest. But in all seriousness, when you guys do poke fun at him, I mean, you guys really seriously got a lot of respect for him, his knowledge, and what he does as we started out. I mean, if you think over 35 plus years, he's been on the radio with us from 5 to 6 on Thursday answering legal questions about everything. And what people don't understand is he's not, and you as well, you guys aren't sitting there with a computer or with legal books that are open to look up answers. It's all from experience and know-how or things that you've dealt with.
It's experience and common sense. That's what the law comes down to. I mean, criminal's not my world, and I was asking him questions about yesterday, and he was rattling things off. It was fantastic.
But the thing about Dave is his world isn't just criminal either.
No, it's not.
People don't know, years and years ago, he used to be in charge, I believe, of the Child Support Bureau. So he has a background in all of the stuff as far as child support back in the day, if you will. And I mean, I watched him go through all. He did death penalty cases when he taught criminal, and then he gave that up for a while. I don't know if he's back on that. So I mean, criminal law, contractual law, all kinds of stuff that he does. And I mean, and now what? Licensed in Florida, and I believe Dave's in Pennsylvania too, is he not?
David's in PA. David is also in Florida, and all four of us will be in trial in Tampa at the same time in January. Brian and I in the federal courthouse, and David and Frank are trying a murder in Hillsborough County. In Tampa, yeah.
Wow.
I asked Frank, I'll bunk with you if you wanna stay with me downtown. But the courthouse where they're gonna be is about a mile away from us.
And does Frank say he'd rather do that than stay with Beatrice? I bet Beatrice is a snorer.
David's a snorer. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He sleeps on his back. And, we saw their Chicago trip, and I think Frank's one and done.
But isn't that interesting, though? I mean, the four attorneys here are going to be in Florida doing a case. Of course, you got a Florida office down there.
We do in Tampa.
Is the law a lot different in Florida than it is here, or is it all pretty similar? Of course, the judges obviously wouldn't be as familiar with you as they are here.
Yeah, it's the judiciary is not as familiar, but it depends where you are. If you're in federal court, where Brian and I are, it's very similar to the Ohio rules. But once you get into Florida state courts, the procedure is wildly different. I mean, it is night and day different.
The interesting thing when you talk about federal court, over the years, folks in talking to Dave Beatrice about, when people say don't make a federal case out of it, Dave would often say there's a reason why people say that, because when you are representing somebody in the federal court and you're sitting there, and maybe you and another attorney or whatever, an associate would be sitting there, and you look over at the federal government and you'll see just all kinds of people over there working for the federal government that are there against you, if you will, and how thorough they are on a case. I've watched Dave over the years, James, come in, and after going through federal court, and I'm not kidding you when I say he would be exhausted. He would make the legal show at 5:00, but he would be in federal court. He was exhausted after what he went through in federal court.
David has the truest statement that there is nothing more intimidating than the federal building. I mean, as soon as you walk in the door, the security's worse than TSA. I mean, everything. Your shoes are off, belt. I mean, even if you're a lawyer, everything's out of your bag. They basically strip you down. You get up to these courtrooms. I mean, they are cavernous. You're 100 yards away from the bench. It's, like I always say, the federal government, they've won 2 world wars and they print their own money. So that's what you're going up against.
Right.
Think
or
about
you got all of the FBI over there, or you got all kinds of attorneys that are over there for the federal government. And it's a tough situation, although Dave has been successful many times.
David has been successful many times in front of federal juries.
Right.
I think the conviction rate's like 98%, 98.5%.
Yes. Very high, yes.
I mean, it's truly amazing, his acquittals in federal court.
Right. I mean, as he talks about that just over the years and how exhausting. When you mentioned you'll be in it with Brian Kopp, and I'll tell you the great thing about when we talk about the legal show being brought to you by Beatrice Kopp, just in knowing Brian Kopp over the years, Brian Kopp has a great ability. I mean, Brian Kopp is, when it comes to the courtroom, a real down-to-earth guy in a courtroom that is very good at explaining very complicated things so that the average person can understand what he's saying. He is extremely, in medical malpractice cases, knows how to explain the situation so everyone has an understanding of some complex issue. I mean, it is truly a gift he has.
It is a gift, and it is, I mean, that is one of the hardest things to do as a trial lawyer, and if you can do it as a trial lawyer, you're going to have some success. I mean, before I try any case, that's who I talk to.
Yeah, you're kind of, I hate to say this, you're lucky to be in federal court with Brian Kopp. In all seriousness, I mean, you're lucky to just watch that magic happen, I would say. Just his style and that kind of stuff. Of course, as David has said to you, the preparation that you do on this stuff. I mean, Alan Dershowitz once said, Melfi once said, cases aren't won and lost in a courtroom. It's all the legwork you have to do before you go to court. Would you agree with that?
It's about, I'd say, 4 hours out for every 1 hour in.
Yeah, so that you can actually get everything together to have a winning case.
To have a winning case. There's no doubt.
In the courtroom. All right, we're talking with attorney James Melfi tonight. This is the Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Cop here on News Radio 570 WKBN. Ron Verb with you till 6 on the Legal Show. If you have any legal questions, pick up the phone, give us a call. I have my lines are open for the fine attorney Melfi tonight. He'll be with us till 6 o'clock. If you've got a legal issue or problem, child support, divorce, custody, wills, estates, trust, auto accidents, medical malpractice, whatever the evictions, whatever the situation might be with you, guess what? You can get through on my phone lines, and I'll hook you up with Attorney Melfi tonight between now and 6 o'clock, and he'll be more than happy to answer your question or point you in the right direction. If you got a question or comment for Attorney Melfi, pick up the phone, 330-729-9977 is our phone number, 330-729-9977. One more time for Attorney Melfi, 330-729-9977.
A to Z dependable services, plumbing, septic, heating, cooling, and one-day baths.
Taking a look
You by Beatrice Kopp, and you're on the air. Hello there, caller.
Am I on?
Yes, you are. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Thanks for taking my call. I'm fortunate I listened tonight because I didn't realize that your attorneys were federal as well.
Right.
My brother got in a jackpot 24 years ago, and I just, of all places, last night I saw on Facebook that Todd Blanche with the DOJ is doing a case-by-case basis for felons to get their 2A rights back. Do you have any more information? Is that true or not? Have you heard? And how hard do you think it would be?
Explain to me what are the 2A rights for our audience?
Second Amendment, gun carrying.
Got it.
So
James?
that is true. So I think it was maybe last Friday or Monday that Todd Blanche, and so through the DOJ, it's a new pathway to restore federal gun rights. Now, for the callers that don't know this, the states have the ability, if you're a felon, to restore your gun rights at the state level. Now, we always have to tell people, and I've done it a couple times, is you are still considered to be under a disability. When I say disability, weapons under disability, so a felon in possession of a firearm for federal purposes. So the DOJ is going to do a case-by-case review based upon applications if you are eligible to have your gun rights restored. Now, I will say, caller, it is going to depend greatly on the type of conviction. And now, I don't want to pry too much, but is it a federal conviction or a state conviction?
It's federal.
Okay. You mind sharing what the charges are?
It was under RICO and a violent felony.
Probably no shot, if I had to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They'll
That's
restrict
kind of what I told them,
yeah,
too.
like Ohio statutorily, if it's a violent offense or perhaps a sex crime, you are not going to get your gun rights restored. Domestic violence, the same. If it's felony domestic violence.
Yeah.
So yes, the
Yeah,
DOJ did open an application, but there's no shot. But who knows?
Yeah, he actually didn't partake in any violence, but he had to take a plea agreement.
It was a RICO conspiracy.
And yeah.
You're part of
they
say you're part of an
But
enterprise.
he's been a model citizen for the last 24 years. You know, he was
rehabilitated.
He's a good guy and not a career criminal or anything like that. It was, one time wasn't any state charges. It was all federal. But yeah, he called me the other day and asked me if I knew anything about it, and that's why I said, ironic, I'm listening to you guys tonight.
No, it's actually a really good question.
Yeah, I didn't want to build his hopes up.
Yeah, it's a good question because people don't know that there's a mechanism in the state courts to also restore your gun rights, but you're still considered to be under a disability federally. So the DOJ is starting to mirror what certain states allow, and I have a feeling it'll mirror a lot of the state law and state application to restore those rights.
Now, if he were to apply for a background check, that goes through federal, right? Not state?
That goes through the FBI, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so it all kind of falls under one umbrella then.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you for your time and information. I appreciate it.
Good question.
Okay.
Excellent, thank you.
Bye-bye.
News Radio 570 WKBN, and you're on the air with our attorneys. And James Melfi there tonight. Hello.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Quick question for the attorney. In June of 2024, my wife and I had served a cease and desist order to a family member who's been stalking and harassing my family. I know there's different protection orders, like a domestic violence civil protection orders, but is there any other sort of protection order the attorney would recommend?
Yeah, there is. So when you say cease and desist order, are you saying you sent them a letter perhaps through a lawyer or you sent one yourself? Because an order would come from the court. So I just want to make sure we're...
Yeah.
all talk in the same
Yes,
window.
we had an attorney send one.
Okay, so for example, if you're located in Mahoning County, you can go and apply at the Common Pleas Clerk of Courts for a civil stalking protection order. And there's certain criteria, and that you go and make sure you fill out a detailed application, give all of the instances of stalking or menacing. You can ask for what's called an ex parte hearing, and basically you or your family member would go in front of the magistrate, and if there's a sufficient showing that there's an immediate threat, they will grant that and serve it, and then there's typically about 30 days for a full hearing, and those can last up to 5 years.
Why did you say? Did I hear you right? This is your family caller, and it's another family member that's stalking a member of the family.
It is a family member, yeah, and they're a Pennsylvania resident, and I was told by discussing it with local law enforcement, they suggested the domestic violence civil protection order, but there hasn't been any domestic violence.
You can
And I
do
understand the
civil
ex parte,
stalking.
but I'm
Civil
afraid if
stalking
we
or
were to go
menacing.
in front of a magistrate for that
Well, hang
court
on.
hearing, that's
Right, stand
Go
by.
ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Attorney Melfi.
Yeah, it's a civil stalking protective order, and an ex parte doesn't mean you can't show enough evidence at a full hearing. That's basically getting immediate relief from the court, because everybody has due process rights, so there'll be a full hearing regardless. But if you fail at the ex parte, that doesn't mean your protective order will fail in general. But when you go and fill out the application, be as very detailed as possible. I don't know how they're stalking them, but if there's emails, text messages, you pick it up on a Ring camera multiple times, they're peeking around, you feel threatened, make sure that is all well documented in the narrative section.
okay. Very good. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Thank you. I mean, so there's.
Ron, how many of those have you filled out for all those women that stalked you over the years?
Oh, yeah, countless
You know,
number of them. Countless ones of them. Oh my Lord, it's come to think of it, maybe two. But it sounded good there for a little bit.
I thought maybe you would. Yeah, you can jack those numbers up a little bit.
Yeah, but
Those are rookie numbers, Ron.
I knew if I did, I would be under cross-examination by you, and I'd end up being a blithering idiot. So I just threw it at the towel in and conceded right off the bat. So I was clear with that. I was going to ask you before I take my next call. Now, here's a serious question. Like when you were young and well, not that you're old now, but when you were younger and growing up, what was it like growing up with your father being the mayor?
That's a good question, actually. So I had to be somewhat on my better behavior. I wasn't great at that, honestly, but I will say when you're growing up and your dad's the mayor and newspaper, TV constantly, when people make comments, I just don't care. I don't care. Say whatever you want. It's like almost like David's mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, go on Facebook and write whatever you want. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. You get thick skin quickly. But if you don't have thick skin, politics is not for you.
Right. I would say being on a radio isn't for you either. You should see what I get on a daily basis. But if you don't read them, it really doesn't matter. So
I laugh. I don't care. I mean, I think I've always said that. I mean, my dad thick skin as well.
But there was more pressure than people think. Wow, that's kind of cool. You grow up, you're the mayor's son. But they what they think and what the reality is, the pressure that comes from it, or the people who dislike him take it out on you, or whatever the situation might be. It's got a lot of its drawbacks too.
When you're in a leadership role, there's going to be people that like you, and there's going to be people that hate you.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a thick skin, but you also learn, if you're going to be an idiot, don't be an idiot in public.
Right. Exactly. All right. So with Attorney James Melfi, you're on the air. Hello there.
Does Dave Beatrice determine act of God?
Are you
As
asking
far-
if Dave Beatrice is God?
Yes, he is. An act of God is the weather. Why? Caller?
Caller?
Hello?
Yeah, what an act of God is
I want
like
to
the
explore
tornado.
This. Ron, I want to explore this.
Okay,
let's hear it.
go ahead, caller. Explain what you mean. Come on.
Is any person in the law profession able to determine act of God?
Determine what an act of God is? Or, take another
Act of God.
take another sip of hooch, and then
I won't.
I think he's confused, and in my opinion, I think he means an act of God is like when Dave was talking about a tornado.
Yeah, that's
Thank
an
you,
act of
caller.
God, but I think I'm going to run with David is God. I think that's what he said.
You can run with that, but I mean, when he says that kind of stuff, it's just he seems to me, his familiar voice was that he was asking about some of the weather-related issues, and I believe what was said was that was an act of God, meaning the tornado. In other words, you can't hold somebody
flood.
else responsible for
A
this
tsunami.
because, right, it's an act of God. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, Dave wasn't saying he's acting as God. He said it's an act of God.
Are you sure?
Maybe so. I
Maybe
don't
the
know.
caller says he's acting as God.
Hello.
We were disconnected.
No, we weren't. I hung up on you.
Are you asking if David is acting as God?
Next caller.
Okay.
Fair.
Thank you. That's fair. I don't know what his point is with it. All right, 330-729-9977. If you got a legal question or would you like to speak to God, pick up the phone, give us a call, 330-729-9977. We'll get you through to us on News Radio 570 WKBN. This is The Legal Show. It's all brought to you by Beatrice Cop, 330-729-9977. If you got a legal question, 330-729-9977. Attorney Melfi will be here for about another 10 minutes, answering any legal questions you might have, point you in the right direction, whatever the situation might be on this beautiful Thursday evening. So pick up the phone and give him a call tonight. He'd be more than happy to take on all comers, whatever the situation might be with your family or what's going on with you. 330-729-9977 will get you through. You're on the air.
We were disconnected.
I know we were disconnected.
Ron, I have a legal question for you.
I can. You're going to have to give me a nerve blocker with that guy. We're not disconnected, guy. We just hang up on you. We move along. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Ron, what happens when a 3-year-old pulls the fire alarm?
Well, you usually leave the building, is what you do. But well, you know, these things happen.
Why do
Don't
I
worry.
ask? Why?
I think I know why you ask. Because you have a 3-year-old.
Yeah, at my daughter's baptism luncheon at Leo's. He.
I hear that's a great place. The people that the guy that owns it and his family that runs it, his entire family, they do a wonderful job. You should probably get to know some of them. I think you'd really enjoy some of the meals down there.
I think I have gotten to know them pretty well.
Right.
And I got to know the
excellent restaurant,
Yeah.
excellent family. I mean, great family members. I mean, Leo and his wife, and they raised a great family. A lot of good kids.
A lot of good girls. Yeah, I got to know the Howland Fire Department pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday, got a nice photo of them with my son in a suit, and he got to honk the horn.
Did anyone
and,
scold him and say you can't be doing that, man?
When I start scolding him, he laughs. So I've developed the old school Italian look, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, which is the stare, the silent stare.
Oh, I hate that.
And
turn it over to his mother. Have her deal with it.
Yeah,
that's the secret.
Yeah, but the stare is what really gets him to know he has to calm down.
Right. Next time you're there, try one of their pizzas. They're outstanding. With the red sauce and that kind of stuff. I think you'll really enjoy it.
I think I would as well.
Did you go to the Italian Fest down in Warren by chance? They're usually there.
I actually had an expert deposition at the law library on the
Oh.
Friday it was opening,
Mhm.
and I did not go in. They no longer do the Italian festival, but
Mhm.
I heard it was a nice time, a lot of great food, but I did not make it down. I went in, deposed the orthopedic surgeon, and I got on my way.
There you go. You're on the air with Attorney Melfi tonight. Hello. Call-
Hello, is that me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, I have a question. Can a mobile home park management force all the tenants to do auto pay with their bank accounts each month? Can they force them to switch it where they are no longer able to like pay like with a written check or even like online? They automatically set up where they are to go in their bank accounts every single month.
Yes, they can do that. I'm going to assume, caller, you like to pay the old-fashioned way, or somebody you know does, but yes, they can require you to do certified check,
Or auto pay.
transfer, auto pay, wire. The contract dictates the method of payment.
All righty.
Okay, because basically what they're trying to do is do it to like the first of the month, but most people here are like on Social Security and they get it on the third, and when we have to see the copy of the lease or anything, they won't provide us a copy of it to show those changes there.
Well, they have
in
to
that
give you a
situation.
copy of the lease. That's outrageous.
Yeah.
And you don't have it? They don't have a copy? Or the tenants don't have copies when they signed them?
No, some of them have been here many years, and no. So they, and it's changed ownership multiple times, and the current owners are a law firm out of California, and the management has not asked for copies of the lease, and they will not provide them.
You said a company out of California. They want their return on investment, and they want
It's a
paid.
damn shame. Yeah. Good luck with that. Thank you. You're on the air with Attorney Melfi. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, follow-up question on your guy that asked about restoring Second Amendment rights.
Go ahead.
How do I go about that on a state level? I did not realize I could do that. I got in trouble like 10 years ago for trying to buy a gun and did not realize I wasn't allowed to have one until then.
Why
But misdemeanor 21 years ago, a third offense DUI. I haven't done anything since.
So it's a application to restore gun rights, and the revised code section is escaping me right now, and I filed maybe 3 or 4 of them. You
Do I have to
petition.
need an attorney to go do that, or can I
Yes.
just run down to the courthouse and fill out a form?
No, you need an attorney. You fill out an it's not an application, but it's a motion. There's statutory criteria that needs to be included in the petition. It's filed in the common pleas court in the county in which you reside. So if you live in Trumbull, you're going to file it in Trumbull. You live in Mahoning, you'll file it in Mahoning. And the court will...
Well, I'm in Pennsylvania, Mercer County.
You should be able to do it in PA. I'm not licensed in PA, but I think they have a mechanism. And you'll go in front of a judge. You'll have a hearing, and if the judge grants it, just like kind of an OVI, there's a bunch of reporting agencies that gets notified that you can possess a firearm.
All right.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. You're on the air with Attorney Melfi.
My wife's friend just realized that she has several $100s from unclaimed funds from her father who passed probably 10 years ago. And if it's not collected before the end of the year, it goes to the new Browns Stadium. Can you tell me anything about that?
I would absolutely object going to the new Brown Stadium because that is a factory of sadness. I mean, that's outrageous. that they're going to – I mean, give it to the schools. I mean, seriously, the Cleveland Brown Stadium? I mean, you're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. What I just dropped off at the preschool today with all the snacks, and you're telling me it's going to Cleveland Brown Stadium.
Yeah.
You're serious
it's an
right
actual
now.
question, but
Okay.
yeah, they're putting it below ground. So yeah, factory of sadness.
Yeah, outrageous. You need to contact. I think it's a department of the Attorney General's office, I think, runs the unclaimed funds, but there's a form you can get on the Ohio, I think it's the AG's website, to claim them. So please claim them.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, please.
I may help you. I might just do it for free because the fact that it's going to Cleveland Brown Stadium is insane.
Attorney Melfi, it's always a joy. I
thanks,
enjoy it
Ron.
immensely. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Attorney James Melfi, Legal Show, brought to you by Beatrice
Identity
Cup.
theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages.